Good evening here at the Sonmos Stadium, where today we have a very exciting fixture coming up. My name is Daniel Armstrong. Thank you so much for tuning in to the YouTube Play Red live stream, where today we have Real Mallorca facing up against Rayo Vallecano in this very exciting and very important fixture for Real Mallorca. It's going to be a bit of a challenging one, I would say. With the rain pouring down out here today in Palma de Mallorca, it's not been the greatest weather for a nice kickoff on a Sunday at 4 p.m. Well, it's been quite the opposite. It's been pouring down rain. Real Mallorca facing a difficult, I would argue, Rayo Vallecano side at the minute. We'll see what's to come forward. So if you are new to the YouTube Play Red channel, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you leave a like and to turn on push notifications. Anyways, we're just about 5 minutes away from kickoff. We've not gone long left to go at all. So we're just going to get right into this one. Let's talk about, for me, the biggest elephant in the room, which was last week out for Rayo Mallorca. And I think most LaLiga fans have seen it already, even if you're not a Real Mallorca fan. Well, Real Mallorca managed to take a huge victory up against Real Madrid just last week out here at the Sonmos Stadium. They pulled off a huge home win in their most recent LaLiga outing, beating Real Madrid at the Sonmos Stadium. And it was Manu Morlanes who gave Mallorca the lead just before halftime after quite a decent first half from Real Mallorca. Real Madrid did manage to equalize late on through Eder Militao in the 88th minute. But just after that, Vedat Muriqi scored a dramatic stoppage time winner to seal the victory. Absolute cinema. He proceeded to celebrate and to shed a tear or two. You could see he was very emotional after scoring that late minute winner for Real Mallorca. He's been having the best season of his career, arguably. He's the second maximum goal scorer in the league for a relegation type of team at the minute. And, he's got the second most goals in the league. He's got 19 goals this season already. 19. Just 4 goals behind Kylian Mbappe, who is on 23 goals. He's been absolutely brilliant, and it was a very emotional moment for Vedat Muriqi, who had just been eliminated from the final, the World Cup qualifiers up against Turkey for his national team Kosovo. And before that, he had also missed a penalty for Real Mallorca. So again, it was a very emotional goal for him. He went in to shed tears on the celebration. A beautiful victory for Real Mallorca to beat Real Madrid, one of the biggest teams in the league, 2-1. What an important 3 points. We can't even argue it. So important those 3 points were. Absolutely amazing for Real Mallorca. And again, I think most Real Mallorca fans are absolutely buzzing with that victory. It's such an important victory and such an important 3 points that just could save Real Mallorca this season. We're well aware of how badly it's been going, and every point counts, looking at how it's going. So we have the players walking out of the tunnel now and onto the pitch. The rain is absolutely pouring it down here at the Sonmos Stadium. You can see on the screen there, if you do have it open, if you have the match open, or if you're looking at your screen, you can see the rain absolutely pouring down, which, it's not ideal for either of the two sides, really. We've not had many rainy fixtures this season here at the Sonmos Stadium. We've only had about 2 matches where it really rained at this stadium before kickoff. So now we have the players getting ready. Real Mallorca facing up against Rayo Vallecano. The stadium not looking as busy as usual, obviously due to the pouring rain. Most of the fans are getting covered up. We have the LaLiga Retro. And Real Mallorca in the special type of kit. Obviously, the referees have also been wearing the retro kit. the retro theme that they've added this season. I really am a fan of it. Just look how cool the lineups look and the style, the whole retro thing. I really think they have done it very well. It really is cool. And looking at the starting lineup for Real Mallorca, there's two important missing players, if you haven't noticed. For Real Mallorca, the two centre-backs missing. Martin Valgent is suspended for picking up too many yellow cards, and Antonio Rayo is injured. So the two centre-backs today are going to be Omar Mascarell and David Lopez, and there's a little sign for them. You do love to see it. A beautiful little gesture there for their teammates who are out injured or out suspended in these important times. And you could see the retro kit that Real Mallorca are wearing, and they will be playing in it. The referee's also in the retro kit. It's really, really cool. I think they've done a good job, the LaLiga, on this retro theme. And Rayo Vallecano's lineup, not many changes. We're seeing the same as usual. The only one missing for them is Fran Perez, who picked up an injury and will be out till late April. And this Rayo Vallecano side has proven to be, I would argue, a difficult side this season. They're actually not too far from Real Mallorca on the table. They're only 4 points out. Rayo Vallecano have 35 points. And Real Mallorca have 31. So if they were to get the victory today, Real Mallorca, they'd be one step closer towards them. And an important is incredibly huge, these 3 points for Real Mallorca. Unfortunately for them, all the teams above them, most of them have won their matches. Elche managed to pick up a win. Alaves managed to pick up a draw at a complicated stadium. Sevilla won. Valencia did lose, but all of the teams before got either a point or 3 points. None of them missed out, which obviously is not good news for Real Mallorca. Of course, Real Mallorca are a game behind. So if they were to get the 3 points, they would overtake them. So now the referee blows his whistle. And we are on the way here at the Son Mas Stadium, where the match has begun. Real Mallorca in the classic red, wearing the retro kit. And Rayo Vallecano, as always, also in the classic white. So a few changes in the lineup for Real Mallorca, and the usual for Rayo Vallecano. Well, you've got to say, and I mean, there's no doubt that the man standing out in that Real Mallorca squad is obviously the pirate, the striker, Vidal Muriqi. He's got 19 goals this season, scoring last week out to win the match up against Real Madrid here at the Son Mas Stadium. What a result it was for him. And standing alongside him is Lovumbo, who also put in a brilliant performance last week out. And speaking of him, he manages to get the free kick there for Real Mallorca. Mendy just putting a bit too much force on that tackle. So now a free kick for Real Mallorca. It's Sergi Darder who's stepping up to take it. Now Sergi Darder to put in the cross. It's Mojica. He puts it in the end. Just goes past that first post. Flying past everyone. A decent effort there. Decent start for Real Mallorca. And again, I can't beg to differ how important the 3 points are going to be for Real Mallorca. If they can manage to get them, it would put them at a big advantage crawling out of that relegation zone. And there's not too many matches left now for Real Mallorca to try and save themselves. So Rayo Vallecano putting in the cross, and it almost finds someone at that first post. Leo Roman comes out to get the ball. The offside flag is up, so it wouldn't have counted either way, but a brilliant first effort there from Rayo. Almost a very dangerous chance for Inqueta to get on the edge of it. So now Real Mallorca trying to take it up forward. Claiming for the handball, but the play continues. Here come Rayo Vallecano down this left-hand side. Just trying to play the long ball there into Garcia. Too much power on that pass, and it's going to be a goal kick for Real Mallorca. There it is there. They were claiming the handball, Real Mallorca, and it almost cost them a dangerous counterattack. You know, if the referee doesn't blow the whistle, you just have to keep on playing. And in those type of situations, in a match like this, where the result is just so unbearably important for Mallorca, they can't be giving away mistakes like that. So now Mojica into Luvumbo. Luvumbo trying to skip past his man, Espino. It's going to be a throw-in. And not the ideal weather out there today for both of these sides. Lovely little cross there from Luvumbo. It's cleared by Mendy. It's going to be a corner for Real Mallorca. The first one of the matchup. And Luvumbo already making a bit of an impact on this Real Mallorca squad. And ever since his arrival, he's been brilliant for the side. So now Sergi Darder to put in the corner. Puts it looking into that second post. And nothing comes from that. Here's Sergi Darder again with another chance. Ramaka try and put in the cross again for the third time. It doesn't work out for them. It's cleared by Rayo. So Real Mallorca still in possession and looking quite eager in these first few minutes to try and go for the first one. Maybe try and get their first goal early on in the match. So here's Manu Morlanes, who scored a goal last week out up against Real Madrid. He did score the first just before the end of the first half. A really important goal for Real Mallorca. The number 8, who struck the shot like a number 9. A brilliant performance from him last week out. So now Vilamuriki flicks it on forward, looking for someone to play into. Real Mallorca get the ball back. Sergi Darder into Luvumbo. Here comes Luvumbo. Mojica overlapping him. He puts in the low cross, trying to find someone. And Ledruene gets there on time to clear the ball. But it was a dangerous cross there from Mojica. And Real Mallorca looking fairly dangerous so far in this first half. It's going to be another corner for Real Mallorca. So now Sergi Darder looking for someone to put that ball into. Rayo Vallecano now can break on the counter-attack. Down this left-hand side, it's Diaz who decides to slow down the play. He's not going to take it forward. He just decides to wait for his teammates there. So Rayo Vallecano slowing the play down. Maybe trying to take control of the possession. Here's Mendy into Ledruene. Ledruene out wide to Ratiu. Ratiu playing that long ball. Looking for that number 12. Pablo Maffeo just claiming that he got taken down there by Gumbau. Now looking for that long ball. It's a brilliant ball into Samu Costa. You did well, Samu Costa, to skip past Lejuene. But in the end, well defended by Rayo. It's going to be a throw-in for Real Mallorca. So first 8 minutes in here now. And it's been looking very positive for Real Mallorca. It's been a good start. There's been intensity from this side, and as they should. They really, really need the 3 points out here today. So now here come Rayo Vallecano. It's a good ball there from that number 7. He tries to put in the cross, and the deflection goes out. It's going to be a corner for Rayo Vallecano. So now Rayo Vallecano with their first corner of the game. Can they make anything from this? And Real Mallorca have won 6 out of their last 8 meetings at home with Rayo Vallecano. So they do have a history up against this Rayo Vallecano side when it comes to playing at the San Martín Stadium. A very positive one for Real Mallorca. So now it goes out. It's going to be another corner for Rayo. Can they make anything from this? Rayo Vallecano looking for that first post. It's cleared by Samu Costa. And Rayo still have the ball. What a challenge there from Pablo Torre. Pablo Torre, lovely ball there into Luvumbo. Here's Luvumbo taking it past his man. He does excellent. And still fighting for that ball, Luvumbo. And in the end, a free kick for Rayo. You can just see he gives a little shove there on Radio with his hands. Well spotted there by the referee, but a brilliant play from Luvumbo. Just uses his hands there to take him down. So far, brilliant impact from him. He's been playing very well. We're about to approach the first 10 minutes in. And there's Antonio Raillo in the stands watching his team play on. The injured centre-back who I'm sure wishes to be there with the squad at the minute. So now Akomak tries taking it forward, but it's going to be a free kick in the end. Johan Mojica takes him down. You can just see maybe puts a bit too much on him there, and you can see what he thinks about that decision. Obviously not very happy with it. So now a set piece play for Rayo Vallecano. Trying to put in that cross, Rayo Vallecano. It's cleared by Muriqi. And the rebound, it wouldn't have counted either way as it's offside. Alvaro Garcia was just getting ready to take the shot on, but the offside flag went up there. So now Rayo Vallecano breaking forward down this left-hand side. Starting to look a bit more lively in this matchup. And Garcia plays the through ball, trying to put in that cross. And the offside flag goes up again. So it wouldn't have counted. And the striker there for Rayo Vallecano, Enqueta. 28 years old. And he's made a decent impact for Rayo Vallecano. There's Mateo Joseph watching his team play on. Another player who has also picked up an injury for Real Mallorca. He picked up a knee injury in a training session just about a few days ago. And he's going to be out till mid-May, so a big loss for Real Mallorca. At such an important moment, they can't afford to lose any more players. So now Luvumbo into Vedan Muriqi. Vedan Muriqi can't keep hold of it. Rayo Vallecano doing well to get the ball back. They're starting to look a bit better now, Rayo. There's still a lot of time to go. Only 12 minutes in. And I wasn't quite sure what to expect out here today from either of these sides. You know, Rayo Vallecano is the type of team that can play really well one day and can play really bad another. And I think it's about the same situation for Real Mallorca. But I do think within the last few weeks, they've started to look a lot stronger. Ever since the arrival of the new manager, Martin de Michelis, you know, I would argue that this Real Mallorca side is a lot stronger than they once were. So now Vedan Muriqi can't keep hold of it there. Here comes Rayo Vallecano again down this right hand side. It's Radiu. Radiu trying to play it back. They end up losing it. And I just think on the offensive, Rayo Vallecano haven't looked so strong at the minute. Defensively, they are putting in a good shift, but I just think offensively they're missing a little bit more. So now Omar Mascarell into David Lopez. David Lopez playing a lovely ball there into Samu Costa. Samu Costa looks for Luvumbo. He doesn't find him in the end. It's going to be a throw-in for Rayo. There's the man between the sticks, Leo Roman, who put in a brilliant performance last week out up against Real Madrid. And we do usually see him do that when he plays those big teams. He always seems to just stand out. He's a brilliant goalkeeper. Really, really underrated in the La Liga, in my opinion. You can see Martin de Michelis having a word with the assistant referee. So now Vedan Muriqi. Back to Manu Morlanes. Manu Morlanes, Omar Mascarell. Manu Morlanes, Sergi Derder. Good play here from Real Mallorca, and they're going to switch it down the right-hand side. It's good play. Here's Pablo Maffeo. What can he do from here? He plays it into Luvumbo. Trying to take the ball forward. Sergi Derder looking for Manu Morlanes, who gets on the edge of it. The pass is brilliant from Sergi Derder. And the shot from Manu Morlanes is a good one. It just goes a bit too wide. It does almost find Vedan Muriqi. If it just had a bit less power on it, I think Vedan Muriqi could have got to the edge of it. And a good chance there for Real Mallorca. Here's Cardenas, the goalkeeper for Rayo. Playing that long ball, looking for Engueta. Sergi Derder brings it out. He plays it into Samu Costa. Omar Mascarell, Sergi Derder. And as I was mentioning earlier, all the teams beside Real Mallorca on the table, most of them have managed to get a point or three. You know, with Elche winning their game, Alaves getting a draw at a tough stadium. You know, it would be really, really unfortunate if Rayo Vallecano didn't manage to get any type of points out here today. Here's Luvumbo, and in the end, it was looking like a dangerous chance. But the referee awards the free kick to Rayo Vallecano. Luvumbo had it there, he could have played it into Vedran Muriqi. And that is definitely one man to talk about. Vedran Muriqi, where would the Rayo Vallecano be without him this season? He's converted more than 60% of Rayo Vallecano's goals this season. And if it wasn't for him, you'd seriously have to question, where would this team be in the table? If it isn't going bad enough already, imagine the season without this striker up front. 19 goals, playing for a team that's sitting at 18th place. Absolutely brilliant. Now Manu Morlanes, and in the end a free kick for Rayo. Pablo Torre just commits the foul on Gumbau. The Rayo Vallecano players very frustrated with that decision as they were breaking on the counter-attack. You can see the follow-through. It does just make contact there with Gumbau, maybe a bit too much. So the referee awards the free kick. So now Rayo Vallecano trying to drive forward. They lose it in an easy position. It's a free kick for Rayo Mallorca. They take it quickly. They're there. Back to David Lopez. Samu Costa. Samu Costa losing it in a dangerous position. Now here come Rayo. This is a very dangerous break for Rayo. Samu Costa gets the ball back over a brilliant tackle. And there's going to be no free kick. Vedran Muriqi, he gets taken down now. And fouls all over the place in this matchup. It's going to be nothing but a throw-in in the end. The referee does stop the play, as one of the Rayo players is still on the ground. And this is interesting. Look at this. Leo Roman making a change for his pair of gloves in the first 20 minutes. He obviously wasn't enjoying the gloves he was wearing originally. Here's a look at the replay. The challenge from Samu Costa on Akomach. It's a clean challenge from Samu Costa. He gets nothing but the ball. Good decision from the referee, but Akomach did feel that tackle. He's still on the ground. He's getting checked up now by the medical team. Samu Costa, another player to be talked about in this Rayo Mallorca squad this season. The Portuguese midfielder who's just absolutely brilliant. Playing so well that he was called up to the Portugal national team and making regular appearances. So now the play is going to resume, and the ball is for Rayo Mallorca. Sergi Derder out wide to Johan Mojica. Lovely ball there from Mojica into Manu Morlanes. Back to Mojica. He tries putting in that low cross into the first post. Nothing comes from it. And Rayo Mallorca have to restart the play now. Here's David Lopez. And you'd think with Rayo Mallorca missing their two centre-backs, they only have one replacement of an actual centre-back, who's David Lopez. And Omar Mascarell is also playing in the centre-back position, but the thing is about it, it's not even his original position. He is a centre defensive mid. He doesn't play at the centre back position. You've got to question how well will that go. Free kick now for Real Mallorca as Mendy commits the foul on Luvumbo. Takes him down there, as you can see, and he's also going to pick up a yellow card for it. And Rayo Vallecano are not happy with that decision by the referee. You can see what Mendy thinks. He's now on a yellow card. And Real Mallorca have the set piece play. Can they make anything from this? Stepping up, it's Pablo Torre. Pablo Torre, what can he do from here? It looks like he's going to attempt a shot. And it is on target. It's a brilliant free kick there from Pablo Torre. The goalkeeper makes himself wide, Cadenas, and produces the save. But what an effort that was there. Brilliant shot. Absolutely brilliant. It's going to be a corner for Rayo. Not for Rayo, for Mallorca. And Rayo to defend it. The ball is cleared. Real Mallorca have another chance. Pablo Torre puts in the cross. It goes over to that second post where no one's there. And now Rayo are going to take the ball forward. And they're the ones in possession. Here's Ratiu driving forward with plenty of room. And he doesn't take his chances, Ratiu, when he plays it back to Lejuene. Rayo Vallecano are going to restart the play. Here's Mendy. Mendy plays it forward, but it goes right to Pablo Maffeo. Poor pass there by Rayo Vallecano. Good interception and well defended there by Pablo Torre. He tracks back to help his team. Tell you what, it's been a brilliant start so far for Real Mallorca in these 25 minutes. I think they've looked like the better side by quite a bit. It's been good stuff so far. But of course, there's still no goals between either of these sides. Here's Mojica into Luvumbo. Luvumbo tries putting in that low cross. The danger is dealt with. It's going to be a throw-in for Real Mallorca. So Sergi Darder tries playing it forward into Muriqui. Doesn't work out. Now Rayo can break on the counter-attack. Here's Akomach. Akomach plays it back to Ratiu. Ratiu into Akomach. It's a link up between these two on this right hand side. And not quite sure what Espino was trying to do there. He was trying to play a sneaky through ball into his teammates. It just doesn't work out for him. And another wasted chance for Rayo. And they've not really looked dangerous at all in this first half. Good play here from Real Mallorca. Here's Mojica. Mojica back to Manu Morlanes. And Manu Morlanes all the way to Leo Roman. So now here's Omar Mascarell. Omar Mascarell back to Leo Roman. Pablo Torre with a dangerous pass there. They deal with the danger. Now here's Luvumbo chasing the ball down. Luvumbo up against Mendy. Luvumbo plays it back to Mojica. Here's Johan Mojica. He plays it into Luvumbo. Causing so much danger so far. Luvumbo on this left-hand side. He's going to put in that cross. cross was blocked. It falls to Manu Morlanes. He tries putting in the low cross. And Muriqi gets taken down here. He's down on the ground on the penalty box. The play is going to continue. Here's Mojica. Mojica tries putting in that high cross. And it goes wide over the crossbar. And now the referee's going to go have a look at Vedran Muriqi, who's still on the ground in the penalty box. Let's have a look at the replay, see what happened here. I can't quite see much from that angle. Let's take a look, and it is a step on the foot, but I highly doubt that would be given as a penalty, as there was no actual danger, and it didn't look like Vedran Muriqi was going to get anywhere near the ball. So I can't imagine the referee's going to have a check for that one, and he's not. The play's going to continue. So now Rayo Vallecano in possession. We're just approaching the first 30 minutes here now, and it's been a very positive start for Real Mallorca, the type of start that they do need. They're getting closer to chasing that goal down, but I think offensively they just need to be a bit better. They're doing well at putting on the pressure and holding the possession. The only thing they need to do now is, well, score a goal. Here's Mojica. Mojica up against Akomach. Akomach skips past him very well. It's a free kick in the end for maybe making a bit too much contact with Akomach. So now Rayo Vallecano take the free kick quickly. Good little build-up play there from Rayo, but it's going to be a throw-in. Taking it quickly into Garcia. Trying to put in that low cross. It's cleared by Manu Morlanes. There can still be a chance for Rayo. Here's Akomach. Akomach tries putting in the cross. He does find Garcia. And the header goes off target. I'm not sure if the offside flag was up or not. And it most definitely would have been offside. But the pass there from Akomach into Garcia is brilliant. Very good vision from him. So now playing the ball up forward, finding Johan Mojica. Lovely ball there into Luvumbo. It might be offside. Luvumbo takes a shot off and he puts it into the back of the net. But the offside flag was raised. As I did predict, it did look like an offside position. It was a brilliant run and a brilliant shot there from Luvumbo. Just puts into that second post. What a player he's being in this matchup. What a player he was last week. And he's making a huge impact at this Real Mallorca squad at the minute. And they just need to come up with more plays like that, Real Mallorca. And surely the first one will arrive soon. Playing the long ball into Vedran Muriqi. And he gets the free kick. There's going to be a yellow card handed out now to that number 24, Lejuene. And Rayo Vallecano now on 2 yellow cards. And it's both their centre-backs. They need to start to be careful here, Rayo Vallecano. They have 2 centre-backs, both on yellow cards. Amoriki luckily is okay after that challenge. So it's Sergi Darder who's going to put in the set-piece play. Sergi Darder puts in the cross. And the goalkeeper deals with it. Making the jump, leaping out with his fists. Cardenas clears it. Rayo Vallecano have drawn 11 out of 30 league matches this season. More draws than wins for them. And as I did mention, they are a difficult team. I mean, for me, at the minute in this matchup, they've not looked very impressive at all. Defensively, they're staying solid. But offensively, it really has been poor. And they just can't make the most of their chances. Here's Luvumbo driving forward. What chance that was there for Luvumbo. He just couldn't make the most of it. His touch was a bit too heavy. It's going to be a throw-in for Real Mallorca. Here's Mojica. He plays it into Samu Costa. Samu Costa does well. Trying to get the throw-in for his side, but the referees awarded the throw-in to Rayo. Did well Samu Costa there to put on a bit of pressure. We'll take a look. Who did it touch first? Not quite sure. Moriki tries getting that ball back for Mallorca. So now playing the long ball. Samu Costa fighting to bring it down. He does so. It's going to be a throw-in now. Johan Mojica into Samu Costa, who gets taken down, and a free kick for Real Mallorca. Now playing the long ball, looking for Luvumbo. He does bring it down well. Here's Luvumbo. It's going to be a corner for Real Mallorca. He does very well, Luvumbo, and he's just made such a good impact in this first half. He really, really has been dangerous. So now a corner for Mallorca. It's Sergi Darder who's going to put in the cross. Now Sergi Darder putting in the corner. Finds Samu Costa and it falls into Moriki, who puts it into the back of the net. And Real Mallorca take the lead. 35 minutes in here now. And who else than Moriki to take the lead? From the corner. It's Moriki who gets his foot on it. He puts it away and he takes the lead here at the San Mas Stadium. And I can't say I didn't see it coming. It's been a brilliant first half from Real Mallorca. It really has. And who else but the Pirate, the striker, the legend at the San Mas Stadium this season? It's him. Of course it's him. There's the cross there from Sergi Darder. It finds Samu Costa. He gets his head on it. He flicks it forward. It falls just so perfectly to Moriki. All he has to do is tap it in, and he does so. And I'll tell you what, a brilliant first half. It's a brilliant goal from the set-piece play. The first goal they've scored from a corner this season. 20 goals for him now this season. 20. Absolutely brilliant. So now Rayo take the kick off. And right away they're going for it. Down this left-hand side. Here's Garcia. Garcia tries putting in the cross to Enqueta. And the ball was cleared. And how many times have we seen Real Mallorca take the lead and then give it away minutes after? Let's hope it's not the case for them in this one. So now Rayo trying to put in the cross, and Leo Roman leaps up and gets his hands on it. 38 minutes in here now, so not long left before the end of the first half. And so far, wow, what more could you want? A goal from Vedran Muriqi and Real Mallorca in the lead. And with that goal, Vedran Muriqi equals Samuel Eto's, Real Mallorca's record. And Vedran Muriqi is now officially Real Mallorca's all-time ever goal scorer for the club. An absolute legend in this stadium and a legend in this club. So now Mojica finding Samu Costa. And another good effort there from Real Mallorca. The cross there from Mojica just finds Samu Costa. He attempts the half volley. It's a difficult technique. Just goes wide for him. And Vedran Muriqi is now the all-time goal scorer officially for Real Mallorca, overtaking Samuel Eto's record. What a way to do it. Absolutely brilliant. Cardenas takes the goal kick for Rayo Vallecano. Omar Mascarell not taking any chances. It ends up being a lovely ball for Pablo Torre. Here's Luvumbo. Luvumbo puts in the cross. He finds Vedran Muriqi. And it's another for the Pirates. 2-0 here. Vedran Muriqi. Absolutely brilliant. Real Mallorca have made their lead from 1 into 2 in a matter of minutes. And it's the same old Pirate who's scoring again for Mallorca. Can you believe it? 2 goals for him in the matter of minutes. The Pirate has struck again. It's 2-0. 40 minutes in here now. What a ball there from Pablo Torre into Luvumbo. And I'll tell you what. The cross from Luvumbo is just spectacular. What a performance he's having, Luvumbo. And it's the same type of goal for Vedran Muriqi on his left foot. The exact same type of goal. And Vedran Muriqi is now officially the highest all-time goal scorer for Real Mallorca. 2 goals in the matter of about 3 or 4 minutes. Who else was it going to be? I can't quite believe it. What a performance we're seeing. 2-0 now for Real Mallorca before the end of the first half. That's 21 goals for Vedran Muriqi this season. And now he's only 2 goals behind Kylian Mbappe. Only 2 goals away from being the La Liga's most goal scorer this season. Absolutely brilliant. I can't quite believe it. What a start we've had in this one. And if it hadn't just got harder for Rayo Vallecano, well, now you could say they've got a whole mountain to climb to try and get back into this one. And I will say, in this first half, I mean, they've just not done enough. They really haven't. I think defensively, up until about the 20th minute, they were being very solid. But now they've just completely let go. You know, they've got their 2 centre-backs, both on yellow cards. They've conceded 2 goals in the space of 4 minutes. It really, really just has gone all downhill for them now. And all Rayo Vallecano have to do is just hold on to this lead now. They've got 2 already before the end of the first half. Up front, they've looked so dangerous in this one. Here's Pablo Torre breaking forward. Luvumbo gets taken down. Pablo Torre is going to continue. Here's a chance for Pablo Torre. He tries passing into Pablo Maffeo. What a chance to make it free for Real Mallorca. And they just couldn't make the most of that chance. Pablo Torre did so well to skip past all those players, to skip past his man. But then he just tries passing it into Maffeo. He maybe should have just taken the shot on himself. I think he was a bit too unselfish there. And they could have made it free. Here's Vedam Muriqi into Manu Morlanes. Johan Mojica. And now Real Mallorca are absolutely flying. And Rayo Vallecano, they just look shook. They look all over the place. What a first half it's been. We're just about to approach the 45th minute. I can't imagine there'll be too much added time. And I'll tell you what, Martin de Michelis will be one happy man going into that dressing room at the minute. It's all going to plan for him and his side. But of course I can't say the same for Íñigo Pérez. The manager for Rayo, there he is there, standing by the sidelines. Looking, well, obviously very upset. So now Rayo Vallecano take the throw in. On this left-hand side is Garcia. He tries putting in the cross to Enteca. Luvumbo claiming he got fouled there again. He's been taken down quite a few times now, Luvumbo. And now a chance for Rayo Vallecano. And the header for Enteca wasn't too far at all. Brilliant pass there from Garcia. It's a lovely cross from Garcia. It just finds Enteca very well. But the header from him just goes off target. It goes too wide. So there's going to be 3 minutes added on in this matchup before the end of the first half. And I'll tell you what, Vedam Muriqi will be absolutely buzzing with his performance. He's already got 2 goals in the first half. And if he gets another in the second, it will be a hat-trick for the Pirate at the San Mas Stadium. During difficult times for Mallorca, he's been, well, to say, a light in the dark. A saviour for Mallorca this season. Good little play here from Rayo Vallecano. Here comes Ratiu down the right hand side up against Mojica. And Ratiu just can't keep hold of it. Not happy with the referee claiming he got taken down. So now maybe another chance for Rayo Vallecano before the end of the first half. Garcia tries putting in the cross again. And David Lopez clears the danger, not taking any chances. And Garcia starting to look a bit more lively now for Rayo. Down that left wing. It's going to be a corner for Rayo. It's Gumbau. Gumbau puts in the cross. Vedamuriki clearing it. And Luvumbo commits the foul. So now potentially a dangerous set-piece play for Rayo. Maybe a chance to try and get one back. He just goes for the ball. You can see clear foul. So now a set-piece play. And you could argue Luvumbo, he was lucky to not have been booked there. This will most likely be the last play before the first half whistle has been blown. Here's Rayo Vallecano attempting the long shots. And I'll tell you what, it wasn't a bad effort at all. Lidrine, it goes right at Leo Roman. You can just see it's a bit of a complicated one. He has to push it up. And we did see him have a swap of gloves in the first 20 minutes. Maybe because of the rain, they're slippy. I'm not quite sure. But either way, that is the end of the first half. The referee blows his whistle. And Real Mallorca lead here at the break 2-0. It's a brace for the Pirate Vedamuriki. 2 goals for him in the space of 4 minutes. And you've got to say how impressive has this first half been from Real Mallorca. Some of those players out there have just been spectacular. And I think, making a huge impact up front. For me, Luvumbo, he's just playing spectacular. Creating so much danger for Real Mallorca. Whether he's taking it down the right or taking it down the left, he's creating most danger down the left. But either way, for me, he's just been spectacular. He's all over the place, constantly creating danger. I think he really has been good on the offensive. And of course, 2 goals for the Pirate. I mean, what can you say about him? What can you say? Absolutely spectacular. What match it's been. A brace in the first half already. That's 21 goals for him this season. He's only 2 goals behind Kylian Mbappe, who's the leader for the most goals in LaLiga at the minute. And, looking at where Real Mallorca are, and the fact that he can still get 21 goals, it's not even the end of the season, still time to go. Absolutely brilliant. We're going to talk more about it when we get into the second half, but at the minute we're going to go on a quick break and we'll be back very, very shortly. This match is definitely nowhere near over. There's still a whole second half to go. Real Mallorca need to hold on to that lead and perhaps go for more goals. We'll be back very, very shortly. And we are back for the second half. We're at the minute Rayo Mallorca currently lead 2-0 here at the San Marcos Stadium up against Rayo Vallecano. Now, there's still a very, very important second half to go. We're about to get right into the second half, but before we do so, there's been changes, by the looks of it, made for Rayo Vallecano. We kick off here at the San Marcos Stadium. It's going to be Rayo that kick off the match. And they've brought on a very important player for their side. Jorge de Frutos comes on for Rayo Vallecano. Currently their maximum goal scorer with 10 goals this season. So Rayo Vallecano starting to build more of an offensive side for the second half. And well, of course they will, being 2-0 down, they'll want to go up more and attack more. And we have seen Rayo Mallorca give away these type of results before. And not so long ago, they were leading 2-0 up against Osasuna, where Osasuna did manage to score 2 goals in the last few minutes of the game to bring it back. And we've seen Rayo Mallorca give away these type of results before, so they have to stay focused, stay attacking, go for more, and just stay in the game. So good tackle there from Sergi Derder to get ball back for Rayo Mallorca. Here comes Sergi Derder. He's going to play it. Try and play it into Luvumbo. Just tried filtering a through ball there, but the pass was cut out. Now here comes Rayo Vallecano. Here's Garcia down the left-hand side. He tries putting in the cross. He finds Jorge de Frutos, who puts it over the crossbar. And what a chance that was there for Rayo. A lovely ball from Garcia. An absolutely lovely ball. It finds Jorge de Frutos perfectly, but he just can't get the shot away. It's a big, big miss. I think it would have been offside either way. But what a chance that was for Rayo. So Vedam Muriqi commits the foul as he tries leaping up to get his head on it. Also another substitution that came on, which we just missed there, was Pathesis, the number 6 for Rayo, who was also replaced. Now here comes Garcia again down this left-hand side. He puts in the cross, and it just skips past everyone. Rayo still have another chance to put in the low cross. It's cleared by Mojica. Here's Lovumbo. He gets taken down by Cis. And he's on the ground. Quite hurt there, Lovumbo. And he's just been brilliant. It's quite a hard knock there, as you can see, on his knee. And he's lucky to have not been booked there, Pathesis. It's been a brilliant first half for Mallorca. They just have to keep up the focus. At the minute, it's been a very strong start for Rayo in the second half. So now David Lopez just played it up forward, looking for Luvumbo. Sergi Derder. Here's Samu Costa. And the referee blows his whistle. So a free kick for Rayo. And one thing I find interesting is one of the substitutions they made going into that second half was Jorge de Frutos, who replaced Mendy, the centre-back, who was on a yellow card. And taking off a centre-back, changing him for a striker. You can obviously see that Rayo are playing free at the back now. Doing everything they can to try and get one back as soon as possible. So here's Rayo trying to play the through ball. It's cut out by Manu Morlanes. Here's Lejuene. Lejuene playing it down that left-hand side into Garcia, who's been causing trouble for Real Mallorca. Trying to put in the cross, it finds Inteca. The shot is blocked. Still in it for Rayo. Here's Ratiu. Ratiu into Gumbau. Gumbau out wide to Espino. Espino's going to attempt the cross. And it's well defended and cleared by Samu Costa. The clearance isn't powerful enough. Rayo's still in possession. Mallorca struggling a bit to get the ball back. They're going to put in the cross again. Rayo. And it skips past everyone. Omar Mascarell failed to clear it. Could have been dangerous there for Mallorca. And putting in that low pass. Rayo still in possession. Here's Garcia. He's going to try and put in the cross. And Leo Roman gets his hands on it. He manages to keep the ball in play. He's going to play the long ball looking for Muriqi. Muriqi with a brilliant touch to bring it down. Lovely ball there from Muriqi. Now here come Mallorca. Here's Samu Costa. Samu Costa into Maffeo. Maffeo's going to put in the cross. And in the end, Rayo play a lovely ball there. Here comes Enteca. Well defended by Davi Lopez, and it's going to be a corner for Rayo Vallecano. And it was a dangerous break from Rayo. The touch from Enteca was just a bit too heavy. It gave time for Davi Lopez to track back and to get a foot on it. So it's going to be a corner for Rayo. 51 minutes in here now, and I think it's going to be a bit of a long second half for Mallorca. As you can see, the second half has already been a much better start from Rayo. I just think Mallorca need to keep up the good offensive play they were having in the first half and try and go for another. Lovely ball here, looking for Lovumbo. It's cleared by Lejuene. It's going to be a throw-in for Mallorca. And there's Martin De Michelis telling his team to calm down, to slow down the play a little bit, maybe keep hold of the possession. And now we've got quite a few Mallorca players warming up by the sidelines. Sergi Derder was taken down. The referee's rushing over with a yellow card in his hand. And he's handed the yellow card to Enteca for committing the foul on Sergi Derder. So that's another yellow for Rayo Vallecano. There it is there. He just gets there far too late. Steps on his foot. It's a sore one. And it is a yellow card. I think the referee makes the right decision there. And there's Martin Valgent along the sides of Lucas Bergstrong, both in the stands watching their team play on. As Real Mallorca have managed to pick up quite a few injuries within the last 2 months. Luckily for them, it's not managed to affect them all that much. They've still managed to play well. So now here comes Omar Mascarell. Lovely ball there into Pablo Torre. Here's Mallorca. What a ball that is there into Luvumbo. What can he do from here, Luvumbo? And he does manage to get a corner from Mallorca. But I tell you what, the build-up play there from Mallorca was brilliant. And that's just what they need to keep up in this second half. They need to keep on pushing offensively. Not give Rayo the room to play. Don't allow them to come back. So now Sergi Derder to put in the cross. Can they make anything from this corner? They end up playing it short. Here's Derder. into Mojica. Mojica to Pablo Torre. Pablo Torre tries to put in the cross. The danger was dealt with for now. Pablo Torre puts in the cross again, looking for someone to get on the edge of it. Here's Muriqi into Sergi Darder, who plays out wide to Mojica. Mojica back to Pablo Torre. Here's Pablo Torre. He cuts in. Here's Luvumbo. Back to Pablo Torre. Brilliant play! And it almost goes into the back of the net. I'm not sure if it bounced off the post there. I couldn't quite see. But a brilliant play from Luvumbo and Pablo Torre. Here's a look at the shot again. It bounces off of the post. So close for Real Mallorca to make it free. And the shot was so fast, so rapid. I didn't even see it bounce off of the post. Almost the goal there for Pablo Torre, who's been in brilliant form within the last few weeks for Mallorca. It's very interesting. Before the arrival of Martin de Michelis, he was barely getting any minutes in. Despite being a new key signing this summer, he wasn't playing at all. And now, ever since the arrival of Martin de Michelis, he's pretty much started in every match for Mallorca. He's been scoring goals and getting assists, proving that he belongs in the squad. What chance this is here for Jorge de Frutos. And the header was on target. Leo Roman makes the catch. No offside position. It's a big chance there for Rayo Vallecano. The flag did go up. It was offside in the end. It wouldn't have counted either way, but still a wasted chance for Rayo. So here's Mojica playing it into Manu Morlanes. He slows down the play and plays it back. Not rushing it forward. They've got a 2-goal advantage. They almost just got another. They need to keep on pushing forward. Here's Rayo Vallecano trying to play the long ball into Garcia. And in the end, a throw-in for Mallorca. Here's a look at the chance again. Lovely skill from Pablo Torre. And Luvumbo just gives him the ball back. Look at the reaction from Martin de Michelis. He's got a smile on his face. I think he'll be buzzing with the performance so far. It's been brilliant. And he just knows how talented Pablo Torre is in this squad. He really is a big talent. Trying to put in the cross now, and it does find Enteca. The header goes over the crossbar, and another chance for Rayo to try and get one back. There's the ball. It's a lovely cross. What a ball that is there from Espino. He finds Enteca so perfectly. It's a powerful header. It just goes over the crossbar. It should have been a goal there for Rayo. Big chance missed for them. So now 59 minutes in here now, and Luvumbo is on the ground. The referee's telling them you have to go outside. You have to leave the pitch. So Luvumbo's going to have to exit the pitch while they keep an eye on him, and hopefully it's nothing too serious. He's been such an important player in this matchup. Last week out up against Real Madrid, he was also just brilliant. The player who's come on loan, Zito Luvumbo, from the Italian league. I think he's really has been a special talent. A lot of people had their doubts at his arrival, maybe thinking that he just wasn't good enough, he wasn't going to fit in, but I think so far he's proven He's proven himself to be a very talented player in this squad, a very important one as well. Rayo Vallecano in possession, still looking for a way forward. Zito Luvumbo comes back onto the pitch now, and by the looks of it, he is okay. Most likely he'll be coming off soon, as they still have Gianbirigili to bring on, another talented player from Mallorca who's made a big impact. Here's Garcia almost getting away with it there. Good defending from Pablo Maffeo. And now Luvumbo's gone back down to the ground. The referee stops the play. And by the looks of it, that's going to be the end for him as Gianbirigili is ready to come on. And what a shame for him to come off injured. Such a brilliant player. He really, really has been. Just hope that it's nothing too serious. So Zito Luvumbo comes off for Real Mallorca. A big round of applause for him in this stadium. And lots of support out there for Gianbirigili, who's now going to come on. Two brilliant players, very talented wingers. So Zito Luvumbo comes off. Big performance from him today. And Gianbirigili comes on to replace him. He's got his hands on his head. Hopefully it is nothing too serious again. It's such a crucial moment for Real Mallorca in these times. They need every player they can have, and especially a player as talented as him. So now Rayo Vallecano in possession, and they're going to take it all the way back to Cardenas. Here's Pablo Torre. Plays the through ball into Gianbirigili. What chance this is here. He's just come on. It's his first touch of the game. Gianbirigili trying to skip past Cis. But he just can't keep it. Can't keep hold of the ball. So now Rayo Vallecano taking it forward. Well defended by Omar Mascarell. Real Mallorca have the ball back. Here's Mojica. It's going to be a throw-in for Mallorca. And you can just see now on the sidelines, they're wrapping a bag of ice. It just looks like in the bottom part of his thigh. That seems to be where he's gotten hurt. Now, lovely ball here into Gianbirigili. He's going to try and put in the long cross. Trying to find Villa Muriqi. The rebound falls to Pablo Torre. Here's Mojica. Mojica takes the shot. What a chance for Real Mallorca to make it free. And a big miss from Johan Mojica. It's really, really poor defensive work there from Rayo. The shot from Mojica there needs to be going on target. He needs to be scoring that. He's got all the time and space in the world to set himself up. And Rayo, again, just losing the ball, giving it away. In a very easy position. It really has been a poor performance from them out there today. They did start off the second half a lot better, but now Mallorca are starting to look like the better side, and now Samu Costa gets taken down. And it's going to be a yellow card for Rayo. Another yellow card, and it's handed out to Ratiu. That's 4 yellow cards Rayo Vallecano have received in this matchup already. 4 yellow cards. A really, really unnecessary foul there from Ratiu. He just pulls Samu Costa by the shirt, takes him down. So now Rayo Mallorca putting in the cross and it finds Gianvirgili! And Gianvirgili makes it free and he puts it into the back of the net. Gianvirgili scores his first goal ever for Rayo Mallorca. The substitute who just came on about 3 minutes ago has now come on and scored here at the Son Mas Stadium to make it free for Rayo Mallorca. Absolutely brilliant. What a set-piece play. 2 goals from the set-piece play now for Rayo Mallorca. One from a corner and another from a free kick. And look at the looks on him. Absolutely buzzing. Let's take a look at the goal here. What a shot from Gianvirgili. The pass from Pablo Torres, spectacular. What a ball and what a shot. He takes the volley on in the air. It's a brilliant goal. Absolutely brilliant. And Gianvirgili makes it free for Rayo Mallorca. And you can see in the stands his mom and his brother, who obviously will be so happy for him, as he has been going through a bit of a difficult period ever since the arrival of the new manager. He's not had as many minutes as he would like, and now he's come on and he scored for Rayo Mallorca. 66 minutes in here now. Most likely this victory is now secured for Rayo Mallorca. And I mean, 3 goals ahead. It will be difficult for Rayo to try and get back into this one now. So Samuel Costa commits the foul. It's going to be a free kick for Rayo. The 67th minute now. 6-7. And Rayo Mallorca win 3-0 at the minute. There's still about 23 minutes left to go here now. It's not the end of the match. More can definitely still happen, but I think one thing that's sure is that Rayo Mallorca will be walking away with those 3 points today. What a performance it's been. It really has been spectacular. So the cross goes over, flying over that second post, and it's going to be a goal kick for Leo Roman. There's a look at the goal again. The cross from Pablo Torre, it's going so quick, so paced, and it just finds Gianvirgili absolutely perfectly, who's on his own. And the 2 Barcelona Academy players that got signed this season have now linked up. The assist from Pablo Torre and the goal from Gianvirgili. Both of these players who come from the Barcelona Academy signed this season, showing what their talents are made of. It's a brilliant goal, it really is. So now Rayo Vallecano in possession. They're going to attempt a long shot. And it just goes wide there for Valentin. As he attempted the long shot. It's not too bad. It's not a bad effort at all. It wasn't Valentin, it was actually Gumbau. Takes the long shot. And now look at the fans in this Son Mas Stadium. Turning their backs. Jumping up and down. And there's only 20 minutes left here to go. And what a day. What last 2 weeks Rayo Mallorca have had here at the stadium. And the fans will be, well, at their happiest point at the minute. Last week out, taking a victory against Real Madrid. Muriqi scoring in the last minute. And now, this week here, winning 3-0 against Rayo. Without Muriqi scoring a brace. And Gianvirgili getting his first goal for the club. everything has gone right for them so far in these last 2 weeks. Now Rayo potentially with a chance here to get the shot on. And it's Espino who just curls it over that top right corner. And a big chance to try and get one back there. The original long shot from Jorge de Frutos is a brilliant effort. Leo Roman makes the save. And I'll tell you what, Rayo have had more than enough chances. But they just can't seem to get their shots on target. And when they do get on target, Leo Roman produces the saves. So Vedamo Riki tries to flick it on forward. Gian Virgili makes the fight for it. It's going to be a throw-in for Rayo. And Rayo Vallecano have conceded 48 goals in 30 league matches this season. One of the worst defensive records in LaLiga. And not only that, they also haven't kept a clean sheet in 16 matches in a row. If they can manage to keep a clean sheet out here today, then they'll finally break that bad record. And now, before the play continues, there's going to be 2 substitutions made for Real Mallorca. Coming off is going to be Samu Costa. A brilliant assist produced from him today. Replacing him is going to be Kumbuya, finally back from injury. And there's also going to be another substitution made. Pablo Torre will be coming off. Also an assist from him here today. And replacing him is going to be Takuma Asano. So Kumbuya and Takuma Asano coming on, and coming off is Pablo Torre and Samu Costa. Both of the players on the pitch, both with 1 assist each. So they've definitely made quite the impact in this matchup, and all of those players in the starting lineup have been brilliant. Good tackle there from David Lopez. And you can see Espino was just a bit upset with that tackle from David Lopez. Either way, the throw-in was awarded to Real Mallorca. And to be fair to Rayo Vallecano, I will say they have played their 3rd match in the last 9 days now. After last Thursday's Conference League win over the Greek team AEK Athens, taking a huge 3-0 victory over them last Thursday. And now they're back here already playing on Sunday. They've played 3 matches in the last 9 days. It has been tough for them. And you know, this team, this Rayo team, is a team that play in the Conference League. They're not a bad side. But out here today, it just really has been poor. Now, lovely ball there from Vedamo Riki to switch out wide to Sergi Darder. Sergi Darder plays it back. Chasing the ball down. Rayo Vallecano keep hold of the possession. And Rayo Vallecano haven't exactly made a high amount of substitutions either. They've only made 3 substitutions, despite how it's been going for them. You would have thought that they would have made a few more. But again, as I just mentioned, they just played last Thursday in the Conference League. They've played 3 matches in the last 9 days. It is tough when you have a week like that full of matches and you've got players that are tired. You've got players that you need to rest and you need to make sacrifices. So now here's Cardenas in possession. 15 minutes left to go. And Real Mallorca still in the lead. 3-0 here. The referee stops the play. So one of these Rayo Vallecano players is on the ground. He looks quite hurt. It's Ratiu. Just see there, Mojica gives him a bit of a hit with his arm. So now the play continues for Real Mallorca. Here's Leo Roman out wide to David Lopez. David Lopez plays the long ball looking for Takuma Sano. The pass was cut out. Rayo Vallecano still in possession. The offside flag goes up, but the play's going to continue for Real Mallorca. Here's Giambirigili. Giambirigili tries cutting in, but he just can't keep hold of it. Vedam Moriki not happy with him. Now Omar Mascarell up against Jorge de Frutos. The referee awards the free kick for Rayo. And that's 6 assists and 1 goal for Giambirigili now this season. Of course, at the beginning of the season, we saw that he was a really, really impactful player for Mallorca. He got 6 assists. He was flying through, and then I just think he had a bit of a drop in form. Also, a lack of minutes being played for him. But now he's gone out and he's got his first goal for the club. So a substitution made for Rayo Vallecano. Álvaro García comes off. And replacing him is going to be Sergio Camello. So that is the substitution made for Rayo Vallecano. Now trying to play it forward. Giambirigili challenging the ball. A throw in now for Rayo. And with those 3 points, again, as I mentioned earlier, every match is super important for Real Mallorca. And those 3 points takes Real Mallorca from 18th place all the way up to 15th. That's 34 points for them now on the table with those 3 points, if they can manage to hold on to the lead. So 34 points. Behind them is Sevilla also on 34, and then Alaves on 33 and Elche on 32. It's going to be a very tight race, I think, at the end of the season to see who stays up in the first division. So now Rayo Vallecano puts in the cross. It's cleared by Real Mallorca. Here's Mojica. Mojica plays the long ball looking for Giambirigili. And far too much pace on that pass. Giambirigili can't get there on time. And that does keep Rayo Vallecano at 13th place. Also with 35 points on the table. And now Real Mallorca are just 1 point behind them. Along with Valencia, who are also just 1 point behind them. And at this point, anyone can drop into that relegation zone. It really is survival of the fittest. So every point is important for Real Mallorca, and they've taken 6 points in the last 2 weeks here at home. One up against the leaders of the LaLiga division and the leaders of European football, Real Madrid. And the other up here now against Rayo Vallecano. So now Rayo trying to put in that cross into the second post. Camella attempts the shot. It's cleared by Omar Mascarell. Takuma Sano helping his team defend as Rayo Vallecano push to try and at least get that first goal. The ball falls in here now for Enteca, who attempts the backheel, and the shot is produced. What a save by Leo Roman. And the offside flag goes up either way. So it wouldn't have counted. But the original save there from Leo Roman is absolutely brilliant. So now there's going to be 2 substitutions made for Real Mallorca. Coming off is going to be Manu Morlanes replacing Antonio Sanchez. So Manu Morlanes comes on, Antonio Sanchez replaces him. And then Sergi Derder, by the looks of it, also comes off. And a big round of applause around the stadium for Manu Morlanes. And in the end, it looks like there was a bit of a mix-up there. Sergi Derder did not come off in the end. Bit of a mix-up there, not quite sure. I just think the assistant referee got the wrong numbers, but coming on either way is Abdon Prats. He comes on, and replacing him is Pablo Maffeo. So those are the 2 substitutions there made. Abdon Prats and Antonio Sanchez both come on, and coming off is Pablo Maffeo and Manu Morlanes. Also in the middle of that, there was a substitution made for Rayo Vallecano, and Deca comes off, and replacing him was Ale Mañao, the number 9 for Rayo Vallecano. So a big chance there for the substitution player who just came on. 1-on-1 there versus Leo Roman. Ale Mao couldn't get the shot off. It's going to be a goal kick here for Leo Roman, and there's only 8 minutes left here now before the full-time whistle. And I can't imagine there'll be a lot of extra time added on. Good little play here from Rayo Vallecano down this left-hand side. Trying to put in the low cross. There's no one at that second post. And it was a lovely play from Espino. He does well to skip past his man, but there's just no one at that second post. Gombau attempts the long shot. The shot is blocked. Mojica chases the ball down. And a goal kick now for Leo Roman. And look at the smiles. Look at the faces in that San Martin Stadium. How happy are they to have witnessed this victory out here? 3 goals at the San Martin Stadium this week. 2 goals last week up against Real Madrid. 2 weeks, 6 points. 3 goals in total for the Pirate within the last 2 weeks. It's been absolutely brilliant. It really has. And if they can keep a clean sheet out here today, they'll finally break the 16-game curse. So now here's Cis in possession. Playing it down that right-hand side. It's Rayo Vallecano. And I just think out there today, I expected a lot more from Rayo Vallecano. And again, you can understand that they have been playing a lot of matches in these last few days. I mean, they just played last Thursday in the Conference League, where they took a huge victory. But so you can understand that they are tired, they have fatigued players. But again, the performance out there today, it just really wasn't good enough from them. Now here's Antonio Sanchez, who tries putting in the cross. Just looking for Abdon Prats. It's going to be a corner now for Real Mallorca. And there he is there. The pirate Vidal Muriqi, the striker who is now officially the highest all-time goal scorer for Real Mallorca, making history, becoming a legend at this club, and scoring a brace out here today. 21 goals for him. Can he get another from this corner? Trying to put in the cross. It falls to Takuma Asano. Takuma back to Sergi Darder. Here's Sergi Darder, who just tries looking for Takuma there. Takuma gets the ball back. Takuma looks for Vidal Muriqi. And he does find him. But he just can't get the shot off. Now Antonio Sanchez back to Vidal Muriqi. They can't keep hold of it. And a free kick there from Omar Mascarell. 5 minutes left to go. Can they keep a clean sheet in this one, Real Mallorca? And I can't imagine that man there is going to be very happy with his team. Íñigo Pérez, the manager for Rayo Vallecano. I'm just wondering what he's thinking at the minute. Here's Gombau playing it forward. Attacking down this left-hand side. Rayo Vallecano trying to put in the cross. But it's good defensive work there from Antonio Sanchez. Here's Sergi Darder. David Lopez clearing the ball. Abdon Prats tries to leap up to get his head on it. Rayo Vallecano still looking for that first goal. Takuma Asano with the defensive work. Very good defensive work there from him. But followed up by a poor pass. Looking for Abdon Prats. So now Rayo putting in the cross into that second post. They claim a handball from Mojica. The play continues for now. Here's Gianvirgili. Gianvirgili into Vidal Muriqi. He plays it back into Sergi Darder. Vedat Muriqi. He gets taken down. Abdon Prats in the Takuma. Antonio Sanchez. Back to David Lopez. David Lopez, Leo Roman. So now Kumbuya plays the ball forward, not taking any chances. Wanting to hold on to that clean sheet. Playing the long ball, looking for Vidal Muriqi, who tries to get his head on it. It's good defensive work from Rayo. And now the referee awards the throw into Real Mallorca. Decided that the ball went out of play there. 1 minute left to go before the referee blows the whistle here at the Son Moss Stadium. Here's Sergi Darder. What can he do from here? He just can't keep hold of it. Rayo Vallecano take the throw in. Good touch now from Rayo. Down this left-hand side. Here's Camella. And I'll tell you what. It really has been poor out there from Rayo. Just losing their patience on the offensive. Not finding any solutions. And then defensively they got breaking down eventually. Mallorca managed to put 3 goals past them. I think everything's gone a bit wrong for them out there today. They've received 4 yellow cards. It's just really, really not a good look for them. And now they're only 1 point behind Real Mallorca. And if they don't watch out, Rayo, they could be dropping into that relegation zone very soon. There's going to be 4 minutes added on now. So the play will continue until the 94th. And until then, Rayo are going to keep hold of the possession. And in their last La Liga matchup, Rayo did manage to beat Elche 1-0 at home, securing a narrow home win. It was a tight match at the Vallecas Stadium. It was Endeka who scored the decisive goal. So a decent result for them last week out, up against Elche. But out here today, I mean, they've just looked like a whole different team. But you've got to give your flowers to Real Mallorca. You really do. How impressive have they been? What a change Martin de Michelis has made in this team. The impact has been absolutely spectacular. And I mean, ever since his arrival, they looked like a whole different team. So playing the ball up forward, Omar Mascarell. He does well, and it's going to be a handball from Rayo Vallecano. Look at the celebrations there for Jan Virgili. Absolutely brilliant. How happy are they for him? His first goal ever for Real Mallorca. And now Abdon Prat's fighting to keep the ball in possession. 2 minutes left to go. Can Rayo get one consecutive goal back? And can Ramega hold on to the clean sheet? It ends up being a handball. So now Rayo have the set piece play. And you can see the celebrations in the Son Mas Stadium already. Jumping up and down with joy. I mean, these Mallorca fans needed this victory out here today. The victory last week out was already a huge gift for them. And the one out here today, I mean, how spectacular is it at the minute? They just need to keep their focus throughout the end of the La Liga season and hope that they can fight to stay into the first division. Attempting the long shot. Sergi Darder brings it down and looks for Jan Virgili, who can break through. He's on his own. He's not got much help here, Jan Virgili. He tries playing it into Abdon, but the pass was cut out. And now Rayo can break forward. Rayo playing it into Camella. Here's Camella, who attempts a shot, but it was blocked. Now Mallorca can break forward. Here's Antonio Sanchez. He's got Abdon Prats out wide. He decides to play into Takuma. The pass was cut out again. Sergi Darder just holds on to that ball. Not giving away the possession. And in the end he loses it. Now Rayo, we're in the 94th. They have one more chance. They attempt a shot. And Leo Roman almost lets it slip. But that is going to be the full-time whistle. And what a result out here today at the Son Mas Stadium. Real Mallorca 3, Rayo Vallecano 0. A brace for the pirate Vidal Muriqui. A historical day for him. And a historical day for Real Mallorca as he becomes the highest all-time goal scorer for the club, over surpassing Samuel Eto's record. What a day it is for him. What a result for Real Mallorca. Really, really important 3 points in the last 2 weeks. That's 6 points now. 2 consecutive wins at home in a row. Last week out, up against one of the most difficult sides in European football, Real Madrid, and out here today, up against, some would argue, a complicated Rayo Vallecano side. Not just a win, but also a clean sheet for the first time in 16 matches now. Real Mallorca finally managed to keep a clean sheet. Gianbirigili also scoring his first goal ever for the club. That's 6 assists and 1 goal for him now, coming on from the bench after Zito Luvumbo came off, by the looks of it, with a bit of an injury. Hopefully nothing too serious, as he had a brilliant match out there today, getting an assist, putting in a lovely cross to Vedan Muriqi, and not only that, just causing trouble in general for that Rayo Vallecano defensive side. Absolutely brilliant. So a huge victory to take Real Mallorca out of the relegation zone. Last week beating Real Madrid, this week beating Rayo Vallecano. It really has been a positive last few weeks. And you can definitely see that the arrival of the new manager, Martin De Michelis, has made a huge impact on this club. And this squad is starting to look better every time. It's been absolutely brilliant. And that's 21 goals now for Vedan Muriqi, the striker for Real Mallorca, the Pirate, who's now just 2 goals behind Kylian Mbappe. Kylian Mbappe has 23 goals. He's in first place for the LaLiga maximum goal scorer, and Vedan Muriqi is just behind him on 21 goals. 2 goals behind him. And I mean, you've got Real Madrid, who's one of the best teams in Europe, who's constantly fighting to win the La Liga division, and then you've got Real Mallorca, who's fighting to stay in the La Liga division. And even so, Vedan Muriqi has managed to score just 2 goals less than Kylian Mbappe here at the minute, and he still can overtake him. How impressive is that? How much of a good striker do you have to be to get that many goals for a club that's in this certain situation? And I mean, he has scored over 60% of Real Mallorca's total goals this season, because that's how important he is for this club. Absolutely brilliant. You can imagine that the fans will be absolutely buzzing with this result. Just look at the smiles out there. And I mean, Real Mallorca, they really do deserve their flowers for how well they performed out there today. The team performance was spectacular. Defensively, in the midfield, up front, everything was 10 out of 10. Everything, they just really did do their job. They took on this Rayo side. They weren't afraid to go forward. They created chances. They defended well. Everything was perfect about that result out there today. It really was. For me, there's just absolutely no negatives, only positives to come from this result. And just a brilliant match overall. I think everyone played well. I don't think there was a single player that I could say, that was a bit off. For me, the players that came on from the bench also made a big impact. I think Gianbirigili was obviously the biggest impact from coming off of the bench. And I think the other players did their part. Takuma defended very well. He was constantly pressing and running. I think there was missing a bit from Antonio Sanchez and Abdon Prats, but again, they did their part. They just had to come on, help the team, keep a clean sheet, and get the victory, and that's what they did. So from Real Mallorca, absolutely brilliant. If I have to pick, one man of the match, for me, it just has to be Vedan Muriqi. It just has to be. There's no doubt. It has to be him. How many times has he saved this club this season? We've just talked about him so much. He's made history out here today. He's now the maximum goal scorer for the club ever. A brace out here today, a goal last week to win the match against Real Madrid. Absolute cinema. Absolute cinema. Of course, also for me, a player who was just spectacular out there today, and I think he has been spectacular within the last few weeks, and I think if it wasn't for him, Real Mallorca wouldn't be getting the results they're getting, is Pablo Torre. I think he makes a huge impact on this club. he's been scoring goals. He's been getting assists. His playmaking ability is just spectacular. I think he was really impressive. And, one thing you have to take into mind is that the two centre-backs for Real Mallorca are missing. Their two main centre-backs are out injured. Martin Valgent is suspended. Antonio Rayo's injured. And they're even missing Mateo Joseph, who's usually another decent player in the squad. But again, they're missing their two main centre-backs. They've got David Lopez playing out there, who for me did spectacular. I think he's a great centre-back. And you've got Omar Mascarell also playing at centre-back, and he's not even a centre-back. He's a centre defensive mid. And, look how well he did. The defence was great out there today. It was top. So again, brilliant. I think Luvumbo is proving that he deserves to play in the squad. He's a very, very skillful player. He managed to skip past players so many times. He's got so many successful dribbles, and the assist he puts in, the cross to Vidal Muriqi, is just brilliant. I think he's a brilliant player. I really think he is. And a lot of people didn't have hopes for him coming in from loan halfway through the season from the Italian league. A lot of people doubted. But I think he's proving that he deserves to play in this squad. I really think he is. I just think he's absolutely brilliant. And, he did come off injured. Hopefully, it is nothing too serious because, again, Real Mallorca are at a stage where they just need every player possible. They need all the points they can get. And he is a player that's currently in really good form. So it would be a huge loss to lose him. Hopefully, it's nothing too serious. On the other side, for Rayo Vallecano, what can I say? I think first half was really poor. They did have a few chances. I think on the left wing with Garcia and Espino, they were playing decent. But, their offensive chances weren't dangerous enough. And not only that, they just didn't look eager enough. I think defensively they were holding on all right. But again, they got both of their centre backs on 2 yellow cards, and then they've got the right back also on a yellow card. They almost had their whole defence on a yellow card. The only one that didn't have a card was the left back, Espino. Defensively, they started off well, but Real Mallorca got the first goal, and then from there, they just, they couldn't keep their own. And I think Luvumbo was a big key in that. I think Luvumbo did well to stress out the Rayo Vallecano defenders. He made them get yellow cards. He was getting past them. Again, I just think from Rayo, there was nothing good out there today. They were missing a lot of things defensively, offensively. They just weren't there, and I think Real Mallorca just outplayed them. Absolutely outplayed. And, of course, there's the man himself, Vidal Muriqi. And, let's just hear what he has to say. And, he's just saying thank you to everyone, the fans, his family, his teammates. And obviously, he's absolutely buzzing, He's a legend of the team. He just said himself, he's a legend of the club now. He's made history. He really has. He says he's proud of himself and he wants to continue. He wants to keep the team into the first division and he wants to keep on making history. Love the words there from Vidal Muriqi, and he's just such a humble player, such a humble guy, and what a top player he is. Give him the Ballon d'Or because he absolutely deserves it. It needs to be given to him. There's no doubt about it. Vidal Muriqi deserves the Ballon d'Or. For me, it's not even a debate. He should be given it. And obviously, he's absolutely buzzing. And he's talking about possibly overtaking Mbappe and getting the maximum goal scorer. But he also says that if he doesn't, it's not his main priority. It's not a problem. But if he can do it, he would be happy. He's also giving a shout out to the players that are missing out there today. They've got injuries. Emotionally, it's very painful for them. What a humble guy. Shouting out all his teammates, shouting out all his family. You know, he just doesn't care about himself. He just wants the team to do well. He wants to save the team, and he's not worried about if he gets maximum goal score or not. Obviously, he says if he does get it, it would be great, and if he doesn't, then all that matters is just saving the team. What a guy. Absolute brilliant player, absolute brilliant striker. 21 goals for him, and plenty more to come. Now, that is going to be the end here today of the live stream here on the YouTube Play Rate channel. I feel like we've gone over everything. We've seen a brilliant performance out here today. We've seen a brilliant performance within the last 2 weeks. A victory against Real Madrid last week at home. A victory out here today against Rayo Vallecano, also at home. And hopefully more victories to come throughout the weeks, as every match is super important from now on. There's no doubt about it. You know, every match, when they need to try and get the 3 points, they're out of relegation zone for now. But again, it's really tight at the bottom. Those 3 points were huge. The 3 points last week that no one expected Mallorca to get, they managed to get, also huge. So yeah, brilliant stuff from Rayo Mallorca. My name is Daniel Armstrong. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's YouTube Play Red channel. If you are new, make sure you subscribe, you leave a like, and to turn on push notifications to never miss any matches. Make sure to follow us on our English social media Twitter page for more updates on the squad, for more updates on when Vidal Murriqui is scoring goals, and for when he wins the Ballon d'Or. Thank you so much, and have a good Sunday, everybody.